And you said, just if I can quote one of the books, you said, traditional models of atonement compose a problem in the way that they raise the question of whether God's love can ultimately be expressed through an act of violence. And so you really, in the book, move away from what happens on the cross being this act of redemptive violence and that being the key to understanding what God's doing in the world, to instead trying to center the Jesus event, the life and the ministry of Jesus, and its implications for what that reveals about God. Can you help us understand some of that, unpack some of your movement away from some of those atonement theories and its implications, and what sort of led you in this movement?
Yeah, going back to where I started in terms of claiming my context, I think ultimately all theology is contextual. Really, all theologies have had a context. The problem is, and I say that somewhere in the book, if context is in the blind spot, then theological accidents can happen and have happened. And I
Mm,
think the classical atonement theologies are an example of those theological accidents. They put redemptive violence at the center of the Jesus event. The cross is part of the story, but it's not the trajectory of the story. I think the cross became elevated because of Paul's very particular story and biography.